Well, hello, Cornerstone. This is Pastor Mike with this latest edition of Perspectives for June the 19th, Friday. Actually, just to let you know, we're kind of paring down these perspectives as we get closer to moving into starting our live services. We'll continue those on for a little bit as long as necessary, but we're probably going to be doing about one a week, if that. So just so that you know. This Sunday, we're going to make history. It'll be the first time we've ever had 3 services here at Cornerstone. And you'd think, okay, there's 9 and 10:15, but there's also the live stream, which you might think, well, that's just recording or showing what's going on live. And that's true to an extent, but here on staff, we have to prepare for it like it's this whole separate service. And it requires work to kind of get that set up. So we're seeing it as 3 different services. So if you see Andrea Jaffrey, our ministries assistant, or Nat Kurzer, just give them a shout out for all the work they're doing to make all this happen. All that to say is if you plan on watching online, that is super. Just go to Facebook or YouTube like you have been, and you'll be able to connect with us at 10:15. Otherwise, if you plan on coming and to experience our live in person, one of our live in person services, it's going to be either at 9 or 10:15. And to help us with that, we're asking everybody to go online ahead of time at our on your app, either on the phone or at our website. You can go and just reserve yourself a spot. And that'll help us to plan. And when that one of the services gets full, that'll be it. So you'll have the option of the other service. So be sure to do that. Go online and register. Also, if this is another way that you can get ready ahead of time. If you haven't downloaded the YouVersion app, I would encourage you to do so. Not only is it a great app and a super thing to have on your phone with all kinds of translations to look at the scriptures through, but also we're going to have all of our sermon notes, kind of your guide through the morning service, right there on that app. So go ahead and download the YouVersion app, and then when you get here on Sunday, or if you're watching at home, just touch events, and then underneath events, you'll see Cornerstone Baptist Church pop up. Tap that, and then you'll have sermon notes, access to the connection card, access to giving options there. So it's a great tool. If you are planning on coming here to experience worship live, just a couple reminders. We are still in phase 2 of the government's requirement on our phasing back in the pandemic. So that means that we will be observing social distancing. The center is set up to help with that. We just ask that you be mindful of it as you go in and out of the doors and other common areas. Also ask that you abide by the government's request that we wear masks. If you don't have one, we'll provide you one when you get here. And just another word about the masks issue. I know there's a lot of talk and back and forth on that, but right now it's really an opportunity for us to extend grace on both sides of this issue. It's an opportunity for us to put the goals and interests of others above our own. You don't know who's sitting around you that might be in a compromised situation and is in a high risk deal, and so we want to be sensitive to that, and so we just ask people to go ahead and wear a mask. At the same time, if you come and you have a situation where you cannot wear a mask, then we're not going to ask you to do that. So all that to say, if you're sitting in worship and someone's there that doesn't have a mask on, don't judge them. You don't know the situation. We're having conversations with folks as they come in, and just know that they've been vetted, and you can rest with that. Okay. So again, just a great opportunity to give grace on both sides. And one last thing, just about this, how to interact with one another. We had our test, kind of our trial run last Sunday, and this is one of the things that was talked about after the service. how do I know if it's okay to engage people, and then what do I do? Well, by all means, it's okay to talk to people when you come into the center. Again, just abide by the 6 foot social distancing thing. But sometimes I'm going to suggest when it comes to how do I interact with people, um, you remember the game rock, paper, scissors? And you kind of come up and you do that, and whatever the rock takes the scissors and the paper takes the rock, whatever. This is kind of a social distancing rock, paper, scissors. When you approach somebody, just tell them what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with a fist bump and the other person is comfortable with a hug, well, then whatever is the lesser contact of the two, do that. All right? So I think just keep it really simple that way. And then once we go outside, we're going to try to provide an area off to the southern, I guess actually the western side of the building, where you can mingle after the service, because I know that people want to hang out. You know, been kind of starved for fellowship, and we want to provide a space for that outdoors, where we don't have to be as nervous about the enclosed spaces. So that's all I've got to help you get prepared for this Sunday. If you have questions or any of this doesn't make sense, by all means, contact us, let us know. We'd love to help you out with that. Again, we really look forward to Sunday, worshiping together with you and moving into this next phase of this pandemic time. All right, talk to you soon. Take care.